All right, hello and welcome back, everyone. Here we've got another great game for you. It's going to be Rave versus Invasion Esports. Definitely one to watch, especially for the Southeast Asian scene. It's Starladder Season 11. I'm Helium. Joining me again is Blaze. What's going on?
Looking forward to this match, man. I mean, obviously we saw a really good one out of our previous matchup there, Myth Trust versus the new G-Guard, and that was really, really cool. But this one here, it's going to be pretty interesting. I don't think it's easy to call either way. The bets seem to favor Invasion. They played really well at the tail end of the summit, even making it to the grand finals before getting knocked out by First Departure. But I don't know. I mean, Rave have a lot of potential. It really comes down to how the tempo of the game works out. If Jo can get a hard enough carry and bring that carry online fast enough. But one interesting thing here in the beginning of the draft is that the Ember Spirit opener first pick was kind of pseudo-denied as far as synergy goes, with Invasion picking up the Elder Titan and Invoker. Both of these heroes are really good at following up after Searing Chains. And in general, it makes it so that the hero can do so much more work because there's a Sunstrike behind it, because there's the amplification from Natural Order, as well as potentially an Echo Stomp. Like, there's so much you can do with this hero when you have Elder Titan and Invoker, but instead Invasion pick it up for themselves. They're the ones with the utility and the follow-through, and I really think that they have a lot of potential here. Along with that, Rave went with the second pick, Void, which means they have a really greedy lineup, and as long as Invasion ban out some good early supports here, maybe a Witch Doctor or something, like, Invasion could just really up the early game tempo.
Yeah, and the Ember Spirit Faceless Void, I mean, it's sort of a combo, right? You got the Chronosphere, if people are in it, you got the Sleight of Fist lettering up on top of it. Could even throw all your Remnants in if you're Ember, and they'll probably look to add up some more synergy on top of that Chronosphere, or maybe even with just the Searing Chains catching people out. As you mentioned, we see Ember Spirit and Invoker pulling off that combo a lot. Just the chains into the Sunstrike. Obviously not going to happen this time. But Doom gets banned out. I'd expect maybe a Lich, Witch Doctor, or Ancient Apparition ban, but they will actually just take out the Skywrath Mage, and it'll be the third pick right now for Invasion Esports. They'll go Vengeful Spirit. It's definitely a good hero to deal with Faceless Void. It is the only ultimate that I can really think of offhand that will actually get someone out of a Chronosphere. So that's always good.
Yeah, definitely a lot of potency with that. I gotta say I would have preferred a Witch Doctor ban over a Skywrath, just because I think the Witch Doctor is a lot more durable than the Skywrath Mages. Skywrath Mage you can bring down very quickly with a couple of stuns, a couple of nukes, that guy's gone. But with the Witch Doctor, he can heal over time. He has a decent bit of early durability, and it's not going to be a flypaper lineup. Like Faceless Void, Ember, and Skywrath, I can't imagine squishier heroes until Backtrack really starts amping up. But yeah, you pop a Mask of Madness on that Void, it's twofold. Like, I really think that the Witch Doctor is going to give them a lot of good sustainability if that's the hero they go for. However, I will note that Invasion have a hell of a good lineup for canceling Death Ward. If they're not all in the Chronosphere, somebody's going to be stopping that Death Ward. Elder Titan might take a little bit of time to do it. The Air Splitter has a little bit of a build-up, Echo Stomp too. But Invoker's got a very quick Cold Snap, Deafening Blast, Tornado, all of these will cancel it. And Vengeful Spirit has both the Magic Missile and the Swap. So if she's not swapping somebody out, she can just swap the Witch Doctor himself and stop that killer ultimate. But AA, not one that you can easily negate. He'll still be able to cast it once, and yeah, that certainly has to follow through. As well as the fact that they have a lot of damage over time with Ember Spirit. They can bring people down, but I like the Viper pick in return.
Yeah, they'll go for the Viper, the Corrosive Skin. I mean, Viper kind of emerged as that answer, like, hey, if you max Corrosive Skin, Void can't really kill you because a lot of his early game damage is just either an attack speed or getting the bashes inside of the Chrono, which is magic damage. Also, it was always comboed up with a Skywrath, which was a ton of magic damage. So keeping that Corrosive up kept you alive. But now there's Ancient Apparition to deal with, and he does have Ice Vortex, which increases your magic damage you take by 15, 20, 25, 30%, which is very good. And a lot of times and in a lot of games, you'll see Ice Vortex coming into play early and allowing people to get kills on Viper. Most notably, I feel like when it's Ancient Apparition and Brewmaster. And you also see Viper and Ancient Apparition even be a really good combo, just running people down with Poison Attack, Viper Strike, and Ice Vortex. But here they go with the Ogre Magi. Who needs a Mask of Madness when you just have a Bloodlust?
Yeah, I mean, that definitely gives you a lot of benefit there. Negates a little bit that Viper Strike, I mean, actually, all three of Viper's abilities do slow attack speed to some extent, so it is really important for him to keep his AS up, and the Bloodlust is certainly going to contribute to that. And it's not really helpful to Ember Spirit. The mobility is always nice. The Remnants also are based on his movement speed, but his Sleight of Fist will still be hitting every 0.2 seconds no matter what. Still, it's a good solid pick. Bringing their reserve time down to 0, though, so they're playing very close to the chest with that draft. The last thought I have right now is the fact that they don't have any long-range initiation. I really think they need a Centaur or something, or they're going to be in some real trouble, because essentially they only have the Chronosphere to initiate right now. The Ogre Stun, it's quick, but it's only on one target. If they want AoE initiation, they're going to have to pick another hero, because Faceless Void alone can't be relied upon to just Chrono 5-man every single fight. Like, you need something more, and I think a Centaur would go a long way in that direction.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, though, Invasion doesn't have the best initiation either, unless Invoker goes Quas Wex, then it gets a little bit better, you know, throwing in a Tornado with a Spirit,
the Weaver
with a Stomp.
Is that just huge respect to JO's Weaver? Like, what? I can't imagine that band being good. I mean,
maybe it's something tipping them off. Like, this is actually a strategy I had a while ago planned up. At the time I planned it up, it was probably bad, which is probably why I didn't see it. But Weaver with the Chilling Touch and the attack speed from Bloodlust in the early game and the Geminite attack, it's freaking nuts. I don't know if it's like actually that good, but it seems on paper like it would be freaking nuts.
The Chilling Touch is, the Bloodlust is like it'll enhance, but even if you pick that up as a level 4 skill, I just don't know. Like, I can imagine the lineup working if Void is a solo laner, either off lane, or if they aggro try, then he'll go safe lane, and the Ember could solo as well. That would make an AA Weaver Ogre try, which is kind of annoying to deal with, but I don't think it's unbearable, and it would make Rave extremely farm dependent. Like, how do 3 heroes that don't have natural farming tools, they all have to get like a Maelstrom or something?
Weaver Radiance.
I don't know.
Obviously.
I really feel like they don't get enough off the map, and that would have been a huge mistake to pick the Weaver. But the puck is left open here, and it is that initiation. It is that control. And I think that is one of the 2 top picks. Like, Centaur and Puck, both enabling the heroes extremely. And when it comes down to it, it's just another way for the AA to do some work. Like, if you've got Chronosphere and Searing Chains and Dream Coil all to set up your Ice Blast, it's a no-skill hero.
There you go. Those are the heroes I like to be on. Like, that's a no-skill hero. You probably can't lose with that, but, you know, I'll try my best to lose. All right, looking at Rave on the Dire, we've got Jo once again on that Ember Spirit. We've already seen 2 fantastic Ember Spirits, one of them already being from Jo, so he looks to add another to that list. NB supporting on the Ancient Apparition behind him is cast on the Ogre. Mid lane, that teamfight control hero, that Dream Coil looking to make those big plays. It's going to be Rior on the puck. Saw him once already playing Zeus and Chrissy. Off lane here on the Faceless Void with a ton of regen, and that is Rave.
So looking over at the side of Invasion, we're going to be seeing ADTR pick up the support Jakiro here on the top lane. It looks like they are going for an aggro try themselves. It's going to be FZ on your Viper, with OK supporting on the Vengeful Spirit. They do have boots first on that Venge, so expect some initiating stuns. You get the 1 stun, you get the follow through with the dual breath and poison attacks, and you're going to have to time walk away. That's pretty much the only way to get out, but seeing as the Void's down bottom, that's not going to be an option. Anyways, beyond that, we do have the solo lanes. Ketchukemba is going to be running on this solo mid Invoker. Blades of Attack first implies, Quas Wex. We're seeing a lot more of that. Maybe it's just been like a public matchmaking trend that they're taking to the competitive scene, because it seems like overnight it's switched, like a switch from Exort to Wex. But yeah, we're just going to be seeing a Quas Wex Invoker here on the mid lane versus the puck. And finally down bottom, that is going to be Ghost taking the other Titan 1v1 against the Faceless Void. Neither one will really immensely win out in this matchup. Maybe Ghost will send his Spirit out to the neutral camps to the side and get a little bit of extra damage to work with. But otherwise, yeah.
Oh, ADTR, there's so much damage here. The Chilling Touch, the stun, and the Searing Chains. The bolus to lock them both in place. That was insane. That Jakiro was there, and then he wasn't, and that was a level 1 engagement. I wish there was like a DPS meter.
Well, I mean, you can just see how fast. I guess the DPS meter would give you an exact amount of time, but I mean, just the fact they were able to do 753 damage in that extremely short timing interval.
A second and a half, probably.
Yeah. So, I mean, Jakiro's actually a pretty tanky hero at level 1, 24 strength. So, out of all the heroes to get picked, that's actually quite surprising how much they could contribute, but that's Chilling Touch for you. Like, if you get in a position where you can get both their disabling abilities, both Fire Blast and Searing Chains on somebody, that sets up all the attacks you need for Chilling Touch, and that becomes an easy kill. The Ice Vortex is going to make that even more punishing. So, when it comes down to it, Rave, with their stable mid laner and the Puck, with the fact that they can win this aggro try as they already gained the first blood advantage, I think that they have a really good chance to bring this into the mid game and perhaps all the way to the late game victory.
Yeah, Puck playing very well there in the first couple waves, getting them to push into the Invoker, getting some free harass in there and some okay CS as well, 6 and 3 on the first wave. Lane will get a little bit harder as Invoker finishes up his phase boots, gets some more levels up, some more spells at his disposal, maybe some EMP spam to bother Rior in that middle lane a bit too. We'll see what Kachik Imba wants to do, and we should mention the last time I know that we covered Invasion, I'm not sure about their games in between then and now, we saw Mushi standing in, but now it looks like Kachik Imba is back, so no more Mr. Mushi, but I'm sure he's still playing Dota somewhere.
I would hope so. Gosh, that would be a waste of talent. But, yeah, we're going to be seeing a nice little double pull happen here. A couple of the creeps actually make their way back to the Dire Tier 1, but the main one, the range creep with piercing damage, does get taken care of by the Satyr neutrals here. There's going to be an illusion, just kind of scouting out. Does have enough duration to block spawns, so he should kind of at least cherish one of their lives a little bit more so he can actually go for a block play there. But otherwise, yeah, he actually beat Ogre to the rune by stunning him out and has to use his only clarity as a result. But still, they have enough mana to make a fight happen, but we'll see who is willing to start it off first. Like, the Basilius being up on the Ember Spirit means he's actually surprisingly tanky. Between Flame Guard and the 4 armor, it's actually pretty hard to bring him down. And I actually not sure who I would favor throughout a quick pick fight. I mean, if it's a prolonged fight, definitely the Chilling Touch is going to be what does it. But if they can just kind of go in real quick and try to pick somebody off, there is still some possibility of bringing this Ember down.
Yeah, I think it depends how much Rave focus. Like, if they all pick a target right from the get-go, get 3 attacks of Chilling Touch and their abilities, like, that's so much damage out on one target. Even if they do take a casualty on Rave, I feel like they get the kill first, which will be a slight benefit to them. But let's look at the bottom lane where we haven't really looked at all except for the introductions. Chrissy's 17 and 7 here on this Void. We're looking at Ghost on that Elder Titan, 12 and 4, also doing well. And it's a hero that doesn't need a lot of farm. He does better with levels.
In the trees. Look at this.
Oh, Cass is going to be in some trouble here. And it looks like they'll be able to escape. Let's keep in mind, Jail's only level 3.
Down bottom.
It's not very slippery. What am I looking at here? Oh, I see.
He's been there for the past, like, 10 seconds.
Well,
Because he just body
people were
blocked him
dying
in.
up
He
top.
didn't have any tangos. Like, oh my gosh, that's so bad. Why do you juke there?
Kill secure, dude.
Why do you juke there?
He was going for the, he doesn't even have a point in Stomp yet. Maybe he was going for the 6 Stomp play, but not really going to work out if you can't get through the sleeping target. Or just the target in general that's smashing you in the face. And doesn't have a face himself.
That is a huge misplay. Like, the Jakiro death top, that was just like, oh, a scouting situation, quick burst damage. Now, Ghost just signed his own death warrant walking in that trees. He can't, like, duel in that situation, not against a poor man's shield at least. And now there's a haste on the face of Void. He's about to hit level 6, just needs 2 creeps, and maybe he finds himself another kill.
Yeah, might want to do a little more harassing before he tries to commit that chrono, but Ghost does have a bottle with full charges and a healing salve, so goes for the bottle here in the safe lane. And I feel like with the way that Chrissy's farming, the fact that he got a kill, like, yeah, Elder Titan will be kind of dangerous coming off of this lane, even if he loses it, just because of his levels, the auras, and what he can bring to a team fight. But Chrissy, if he gets treads into a Mask of Madness early on as that off-lane Void, like, we've seen it time and time again, how devastating that can be throughout the mid-game.
And he's, I mean, he's picking up the more mask. He's going to go straight for the Mask of Menace here, and I actually think that's a really good choice. As far as, like, the damage that he can do with his first 2 Chronospheres with a Mask of Menace will be insane. And on top of that, you're up against a lot of attack speed slows. You're up against Liquid Fire, 3 slows from Viper. It's just really annoying to actually get your auto attacks out without some really big enhancers. So Tread's Mask of Menace, definitely the way to go here. But he will need some survivability items after that. In mid lane, we're going to see the Smoke Flank coming in from OK on the Vengeful Spirit. But can they actually bring this puck down? Like, the Phase Shift, in my mind, should be able to dodge out just about anything. Like if perfect Cold Snap Chainsaws come out, you might be able to do it, but
I think they're just waiting for Rior to use his orb aggressively, and then they're probably going to try to have a go here in the middle lane, but I don't know if it's going to happen. The smoke is about to run out. There's the orb going aggressively, but he uses it and he starts running south immediately.
yeah,
He
just
doesn't
push out
even
the
know
way
it
for the
yet,
rune.
but Ghost is going to go ahead and grab the rune. He'll look, he'll find it gone. Rior upset. He's like, I should have started bottle crowing already. And now my
And
courier's
SCS
in
gets
use.
caught in the river up top. He can't actually go back to the lane because the Ember Spirit was just going to pick him off a steering chain. So he misses out on all the experience that's dying under the tower here. The Viper just getting edged out just a tiny little bit. It's good for the
He's
Jakiro,
about a
but
level
it really
behind that
sucks.
Viper.
Yeah, really, really sucks to be FCFC in that kind of situation. They just have such good control of this top lane. They're winning the solo lane quite clearly, and it's actually going to be, yeah, Treads and Morbid first. He goes for the Band of Elven Skin, which he will turn into the Power Treads, and he'll go for Mask of Madness, I presume, right after that.
Yeah, I feel like that is the one thing that is not shown in Dota 2. The fact that you can, like, for a new player, like, how do you even figure that out? That you can build Band of Elven Skin and Robe of the Magi into Treads? I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, I guess you have the clue of,
It says
like...
it on the tooltip, right? Yeah, it does.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I never paid attention. I mean, I feel like maybe since you know you can toggle it, you might think about it, just because the items and their price point, but... I don't know. It's like not something you think about if you didn't play Dota 1, I feel like. Either way, Ghost, he's off the lane right now because the lane's kind of a dangerous place for him to be. He's farming up the creeps, using his Astral Spirit like we thought he might, but there's been a rotation down. Cast in the trees. Little did he know, Elder Titan probably could have smelled the Ogre if he was trying hard enough.
What do you think about the skill build here? 043 used to be standard. Now I kind of feel like the utility that comes from either Echo or Earth Splitter could be a valuable use of that third natural order point.
Yeah, I feel like people still feel like this is like, if this is a solo lane and you want to win the lane, this is still what you go. But like when you're a support, we'll see a lot more like the 2-4-2 type of build. But I could definitely see just keeping 2 in natural order, 1 for the stomp. However, here's the aggression. Those supports that did rotate down, TP coming in. They will find the kill though, still attacking with Chilling Touch. Ghost will go down. Ancient Apparition gets the kill. ADTR trying to throw out the Ice Path, but it doesn't do a very good job. NB might be a little far in. The Time Walk away, that's the Void out. NB is like, man, why me? And there's an Ice Path as well, so he knows he can't TP. He's just trying to buy as much time as possible. Juking through the tree line. He'll get out, but he won't be okay because OK has found him. Throws out the Magic Missile.
Let's think about it this way.
Gets the kill.
Think about it this way. Both supports had to TP for that. Both of them are completely out of mana and have to go right back to Fountain unless they have
That's a lot of
clarities.
time.
OK
That's
has
space.
1, but the Ember Spirit just gets free space. He goes ahead, pops a Fire Remnant, JO TP's back, heals up, and then immediately he's going to be back out on the lane 1v1 against the Viper. And Viper's a good 1v1 hero, don't get me wrong, but JO has an unlimited supply of mana here with this bottle and fountain regen, so he's still going to be able to sustain. Anyways, yeah, the supports are kind of... There's a word. Neutralized, I guess, is the best
There's a word.
one.
There's many words.
There are quite a few ways to express that, but at the end of the day, yeah, they just can't do much right now because of their movement and their actions, and yeah, I think that really favors Rave. Now a 1v1 matchup between Rio and Ketchikemba. He does go for the Tornado, but we're going to see an orb come out pretty soon, as well as a coil. What does he use? He uses both, and Ketchikemba is going to be feeding his life away 1v1. Oh, you can't let that happen. You don't have the damage, you're just Wex. You set people up for damage, you don't do it yourself.
I don't know if that was super calculated by Rior or what, but he used all that combo and he had like 30 mana left. He could have maybe screwed himself over, but it looks like he really, really knew that he had those spells to his arsenal. And I mean, that's like the story of everyone's life, going against Puck in the mid lane. Puck can just turn it around, but now we're going to have to look at the bottom lane. Chrissy, that Earth Splitter. Oh, we'll dodge it with the Time Walk out. And I'll go for the Mask of Madness, just going to go hightail it out of here. He's up to level 8 right now. Let's check the levels overall. Puck's up to level 9 after just finding that solo kill. Finds a rune. 8 Invoker, 8 ET. Chrissy level 8 as well. Wow, that Tornado almost going to go for the kill as well. Now the Cold Snap coming through. Cass can rotate over to defend that position. Defend the Puck. Protect the VIP. As, well, Rior is going to have a Blink Dagger relatively soon. With that much gold banked up, it looks like he's just going straight for it.
Yeah, I don't know. In this, the ADTR didn't even use a dual breath on Void down there. It's like he thought that they had enough already, or he knew that the slow...
Got distracted by the beautiful Earth Splitter, man.
It was a really good one, but it was pretty much make or break on that Earth Splitter, I guess. I'm not sure if the dual breath would have been enough, but you know, you usually would see them
points,
commit
just
it.
1? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, even with the Mask of Manus amplification, it probably wouldn't have been, but it would have been close. Either way, SDS has been farming well up top, 50 CS, no kill participation, but it's still enough to bring him very close to the mechanism, only 600 gold off. But with the Blink Dagger out on Puck, I just don't know if it's enough. Like, NB has already found his... And I don't know why we're calling him NB instead of Ninja Boogie, but anyways, Ninja Boogie has found his Ice Blast already
He was
up.
asking for it.
Yeah, it's the Alias Dota, but Ninja Boogie has found his Ice Blast at only 11 minutes. They've got the Blink Dream Coil initiation for it. They've got a Mask of Mana's Chronosphere. Like, the kill potential from Rave is absolutely absurd, and despite the greedy draft, I really feel like they're able to bring their mid game 10 minutes earlier than you would expect.
Yeah, and already level 6. Like, we talk about Ancient Apparition League. He's not a good hero to play from behind with, like, in the early to mid game. Like, you get behind, you become almost useless. He's level 6 right now. Venge is still level 5, and Ogre is still level 4. Granted, Ogre's on the same team, but, he's doing pretty good. He's at the top of the pack for the supports, and here we go up top. Well,
at least they can get Ogre, if they...
That's nothing new. And Ember Spirit just slipping away. Like, nothing to really deal with him this game either. He casted it. Oh my god, ADTR. They still will get it with a cold snap. Cast, though, is going to fall here. And 3 heroes involved in that. TP up off the mid lane. I mean, I call it space.
No, I mean, the Viper was already there, and I think it was a good idea, because they had already seen, actually, the Puck and the Ancient Apparition down bottom. Puck TP'd, he missed out on a kill, but it's going to be Chronosphere Ice Blast to bring down, okay, they don't even need half of it, but they might actually be able to go on ADTR.
Oh, wow.
There's the new combo. Just says, okay, that wasn't what we planned for, but we'll take it. Get the easy double, and then go for a push.
I think Jakiro has just reported to his team that Ancient Apparition is level 6. Like, alright guys, if we didn't see it already, he is level 6 right now. And what was that? Was that the regen for his troubles as well? Yeah, Ember Spirit comes down. He's like, yeah, whatever, I'll take an assist. Get that regen, and now go back up to this top lane. A lane that I was eventually... He was kind of left against the Viper 1v1. You talked about it a little bit, but... He's barely behind in CS. Now Chrissy comes up top, looking to get the bashes. There's a Searing Chains going out onto FCFZ. Another bash coming in. Now the Flame Guard trying to burn away, but there are 4 points in Corrosive Skin. They won't be able to get it. Okay, if he was level 6, maybe swaps Ember back to the tower. But Remnant's still available, so I feel like there's no way they even kill Jo. And we look into the bottom lane, and it's ET is no more.
Top lane, he tried to put a ward up on the cliff there. It's hard to, it can't actually draw on that stuff, but he put it there, and then it was in tower range. The tower actually started killing it. So, yeah, you gotta... I'm not even sure if that's viable anymore. I haven't placed it, but the terrain changes make it weird. And talk about behind enemy lines.
Yeah, wait, are you talking about right here?
Yeah, exactly.
Where the little birdie bird is?
Yeah, he put it way too close to the tower.
Like
and
back here-ish? Oh, you can't. Yeah, you definitely can't draw there. That's freaking annoying.
Anyways,
they need to fix that cliff, actually. Like, it's a pretty popular ward spot. I'm sure that would be like a 5-second change for somebody.
Well, there you go. Ember Spirit going to pick up the Invis Rune. A couple of big items came out for Invasion, though. What do you think? Obviously, the mechanism will really substantiate Invasion's
always good.
To survive. But what about the Midas on ET? Do you really, like, if you think, like, he can go Ag's Refresher to make that worth it? Or is he just going to go for, you know, the Vladimir's?
I mean, it's like the hero's got fantastic turret potential. Earth Splitter's a good ability to stop pushing. I mean, so is the Astral Spirit, so is your... Natural Order, just to get big items. Like, if you want to go Ag's Refresher, if you want the Disarm, I mean, that's definitely going to be something that's going to be very, very necessary against Ember and Void. But even just finding a Sheep Stick, I mean, like a big item going late into the game. But here we go, team fight breaking out. There's a Dream Coil onto 2. One of them goes away immediately. That was the Voker. They'll bring down the Jakiro as well. Cast somehow still alive. FC finally finds the kill there. That's going to be a double. Look for the triple. No, big damage. The red damage coming out from Ghost. Once again, not playing Nature's Prophet. And Rave will lose 3 in this engagement. Reor started it off so great. And he might also go down here. He's got some wand charges. He'll use them now. He'll have to go under into the phase shift. But it's only 2 points in it now. And that's not enough to guarantee the Blink Dagger out. So he goes down. It's a 4-4-2 at the end of the day, all in favor of Invasion. You got some Rubber Band Gold coming back in there. You got a kill. You got a Midas Ghost. Just looking for those big items. expecting this game to go the distance.
Yeah. I have mixed feelings about it because, like you said, he can turtle and bring the game late in general. But do you really want to go late game with your Viper against the Faceless Void Ember Spirit?
No, I mean, yeah, I don't like it either, but I feel like that has to be the reasoning, right?
Another aspect is that he doesn't really have any major item that he could go now that would completely change the game. It's not like this hero needs a blink or a force. Like
Yeah,
a lot
force
of other
gets really mitigated by Chronosphere.
So, I don't know. Unless he was like rushing out a pipe, I honestly feel like there's not that many better alternatives for the gold. But I also don't feel like he's all that experience reliant. Like, once you get like level 10 through 12, somewhere in that, you can pretty much get all you need out of your skills. Like, getting that last second on your Echo Stomp, or getting an enhanced slow on your Earth Splitter. Yeah, take it or leave it. Oh, nice opportunity, though.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of even just putting the 1 point in the Earth Splitter, at least until you have an Ags, like, because it only scales with the slow. But here we go, they're going to find Rior, they'll catch him again, and that's a quick back-to-back death there on the puck. He dies up top, he'll try to farm mid, maybe gets a wave or two, and they'll bring him down again. And he falls down to the bottom of the pack of the core heroes, only at 5k net worth, actually tied up with Jo. They're both at 5.1. However, Chrissy, that off-lane Void, which was solo 1v1, top of the net worth. So Rave still looking pretty good in that regard. He's at 6.5k and about 6 there on the Viper. And look at that, 5.7 on Elder Titan, getting a lot of kills. The minus, decent farm, and, well, exactly equilibrium on gold, and a 2,000 experience advantage here for Rave as Invasion start to be the ones to bust a move.
Yeah. They did get that kill on Elder Titan to kind of make it an exchange for the puck, though. So while they were occupied with the puck, I mean, getting that, it's not ideal. Like, Rio's still the bigger kill, but it's not too shabby to get something like that on your AA, build up towards his Aghanim, since you know there's no way he's going to get that item this game unless he's finding kills and assists, because he just has too many greedy carries roaming about the jungle next to him. Speaking of, there is a nice little ward in the jungle here to give Invasion the opportunity to invade with smoke in the near future, but it's just so difficult to actually initiate on this Ember Spirit. Like, unless you get the EMP on him before he activates a Fire Remnant, you generally speaking don't find that kill.
Alright, well, Invasion still grouped up as 5 in the middle lane, just the way Chrissy likes them. Also, potentially Rior as well, with that Dream Coil, with their big AoE ultimates, the Chronosphere. They're going to smoke up, go around the side. Let's not forget the Ice Blast. Ninja Boogie might want to stay a little far behind just to get that bigger radius out, but it's all going to depend on how many Chrissy can grab here. They'll Chilling Touch up onto 3. They're looking to even just dive the tower. A couple pushing forward on the side of Invasion. As they start to retreat, they're going to clump up. They're not really expecting it from this angle. Chrissy thinking about going in. They find Ghost. He wants to get the big Chrono. He can find probably 4 heroes right now. If he goes for it, he'll get them. That's going to be on, it looks like 2 mainly. Okay, somehow like walks out of it / wasn't quite in it. But they'll bring out 2 immediately. It is the Ancient Apparition Ninja Boogie who falls. It looks like Cast is going to go down as well for the cause of getting Chrissy a whole lot of kills. FZ though getting another double kill. He's got a mech, he's got treads, and he's got something on the courier I think already coming out to him. Now let's Kachik Imba finishing up the Orchid. So that's a pretty big item pick up for that Invoker. The second time we've seen the Quas Wax go for the Phase Orchid.
Yeah. And
this could be the first kill on Jo. Yeah, there it is. Orchid, everything. He can't cast. He can't get the Flame Guard. Is there enough damage, though, to make him pop here from the Soul Burn? More than enough. Kachik Imba gets that kill, and that's a big unveiling of that Orchid of Malevolence. This Ice Blast will be annoying, but I don't think it deters them from getting this tower, as no Chrono for another minute.
Damn. And is it going to force his allies their 2 or 3 force stamps, or it's going to force Jo to go for a BKB or Mantis Style? Either way, it makes him either extremely vulnerable if he goes for the Battle Fury, or it delays the Battle Fury a whole item width, which would be amazing. So it's a really good pickup for this Orchid, and it's very synergistic with the Quas Wax Invoker, especially when he goes for Alacrity. It's an Exhort. For now, they're pushing down the tower very quickly. The Nether Talk, as well as the Liquid Fire, in it to a crisp. And they're going to be able to take it down. They have to retreat. So that long cooldown Chronosphere that he has to worry, at least for the moment. Do you think that he's going to go for an Ags this game, or is the dream enough that he only has a few Chronospheres?
I think since it's the one roll, he wants to pick up a little bit more damage, so he'll pick up the BKB, Mask of Man. It's tough to say if he goes for the Mjolnir or for the Ags. And also, as a heads up, you are going semi to full robot, so I don't know, we might have to take a breather on Blaze's horrendous internet connection. But 10 to 13, we'll roll over the graphs quickly. We've got Invasion 2,000 gold ahead. It wasn't always that way, though. It was about a 3K advantage for Rave at one point, but Invasion have done a great job to turn this around. A couple back-to-back double kills there for FZ on the Viper. However, Rave's still ahead there on the experience, 3K ahead. Oh, someone's going to get caught. We'll have to look up in the top there. Oh, nice Ice Blast coming in. He does throw the Earth Splitter. Can they go? Oh, it throws the Chrono, but it's too late. Unfortunate.
Well, yeah, that's a nice little, but not as much as they wanted to get for their 100-second cool and their 10-second BKB. But they might be able to push it one on top of that, and that's isn't that great in general. Like Bloodlust will be a good push later, but right now he doesn't have a point in it, and the heroes don't ride all that hard against. We're gonna see actually down bottom they'll probably trade a tier 1 for tier 1.
Yeah, got a big creep wave pushing down here. You got the Nether Toxin damage coming out from the Viper. Now there's the Liquid Fire, so you're really pushing down there. Throw those two ingredients together. Towers are going to fall. And about the same exact time, the tier 1 tower up top will also fall. Ancient Apparition going to get the last hit on that one. Ninja Boogie, believe it or not. And bottom lane, actually, with the Liquid Fire and the Nether Toxin, no one last hits the tower. That was maybe a bit of a blunder as Puck said hello briefly in the bottom lane with an orb. Now back to base, is going for that Yule Scepter, which makes it very, very hard to bring down the Puck. Lots of survivability there, and you know, if it's a chasing scenario, you can use that Yule's offensively, and well, we'll see when he wants to use that. He'll definitely know when the time is. Vanguard coming out for the ET, so he's going Crimson Guard, and I think that is... You mentioned the pipe. There is a lot of magic damage, but there's a lot of physical damage. Light of Fist, Chronospheres. I feel like pipe is better, but yeah, Crimson Guard ain't bad. It's new. I like it.
It's not bad. It brings good utility, and it's something to do when they're ice blasted. Like they're at least avoiding some damage, blocking some damage, mitigating some damage, whereas the mech would be kind of useless. The Viper still it, but all the same, definitely think that he has pipe and Crimson. Like the Crimson is a good opener, and earlier in the game, the more Chrissy Bounce the BKB turns around with a Chronosphere. It's just a fuck you Chrono. Goes on 3, and the Ice Blast will fall. But oh my gosh, the damage. Even catch a Gimba getting up by the Dream Coil, but I don't think they have the detection. Clean it up. First double kill when they were going for a enemy carry. That's gotta suck.
And the robot Twitch chat spam commences. They've caught up to you, Blaze. They're on to you. Is it still
going, or?
It's going a little bit. I don't know. It's in and out. I guess I'm like desensitized to it these days, but.
Well, if it gets consistently bad, then we should switch to Mumble or something. But at least for now.
Yeah, we can perhaps. All right. So 16 to 10. Let's see. No one's gone for a Roshan yet. It's 23 minutes into the game. It's not really like any extreme Roche killing lineups. Actually, Invasions is probably a bit better, but they're on the Radiant. We'll see if it's going to be a thought. This is a small Ice Blast, but it will actually just barely land. Now jumping forward, trying to get him to shatter, and will shatter. Nice kill there for Ninja Boogie. Another one. Chrissy, though, might pay the price for this. Doesn't want to have the BKB. Was actually still on cooldown. Now they go on the Ninja Boogie. FZ. Where's he even coming from on this wraparound? They will find him and get another kill. FZ. The team is on his back right now. 5-0-4, involved in 9 of their 12 kills. They trailed by 5, and just as I say, they got the slightly better Roshan team, but they're on the Radiant. They're going to go in for it anyways after those pickoffs. No Chronosphere, no Ice Blast. Perfect timing.
Yeah, this is such an easy time for them to come back and ride mid-game hard with the Aegis behind them. They can take the last tier towers and start suppressing Rave to really defend. If Rave ever fight without Chronosphere, they're not going to take it away. I mean, maybe a perfect Dream Coil could set them up. Rio, of course, got that Yules to play a little more aggressive, but in general, they just still need so much more. Jo needs a Battle Fairy and BKB Manta. The Faceless Void needs his Maelstrom and maybe an Aghanim Zep. Otherwise, they're just not enough behind them. So it's going to take a while, and in the meantime, of course, the support's getting anything. I'd say that, though, looks at Ninja Boogie. He is 1,100 gold off. The Ice Blast could change.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job. And speaking of that Ags, Viper just picked up his. So he just got an Aegis, he just got an Ags, he's got a rank 2 Viper Strike on a 12-second cooldown, as Jo has a close encounter with the Invoker kind there. with that Orchid. It wasn't quite enough. Elder Titan's going to finish up that Crimson Guard. Looking at the items overall, we've got the Maelstrom going out for Chrissy, so that is his choice. The Battle Fury trying to come out for Jo, but we've seen him with 18-minute Battle Furies. Now at 26 minutes, he had to go. Well, I would say he had to go for the BKB, but didn't even do that, and he's still this far away from the Battle Fury right now. At almost 26 minutes, we got a Medallion on okay for the Roche. That also helped out. The Vengeful Spirit bringing that around. Urn on Jakiro, I'm sure it's been there for ages. Just trying to look at all the items right now. Okay, we find the Yule Scepter of Divinity finished, and it looks like Puck, despite there being any BKBs or magic immunity on Invasion, is going for the Aghanim Scepter. Just want to hold people there longer in that Dream Coil.
It's a good duration, at the very least, and honestly, if they don't go for BKB, they're going to get slaughtered by Ogre A combo. But we're going to see a nice flank coming out, and they're at least going to pick off Cat.
Yeah, it is just an Ogre, though. I mean, they smoke for that. Maybe they'll get more than they bargained for, because Jo is actually coming in. They'll find Cast. That's a big Ice Blast landing on 4. I think Jo wants a little bit more. Does he miss the Searing Chains? No, he had used it a little prematurely before the Sleight of Fist. Maybe could have held something in place. Here comes Chrissy, though, with a Haste Rune. Chrono is back online. That 110-second cooldown at rank 2. Running bottom, looking to team up with Reor, potentially, or just find some extra farming space. Still got that Quelling Blade for efficiency.
I think it's worth noting that there is no detection on the side of Rave other than Chronosphere. They don't have any Duster Sentries right now, and obviously they are up against the Wex Invokers. They're disrespecting Ketsuke's QQ walk skills, or they aren't really prioritizing him. But in either case, he's going to be able to roam around a lot and find those opportunities. He's playing like Clinks right now. Like, he is lurking in the jungle, waiting for somebody to be on their own, and he opens with silence. It actually is going to break a smoke here. They drop the sentry, but not in time because he can just walk out.
There's another sentry dropped. Can't get out of the coil, and Khajiit Imba will fall. It's Reor's Puck with the kill. As this Aegis that FCFZ took can be reclaimed in 2 minutes. It'll be wasted. Hard to say wasted. I mean, they got Roche. They took the Aegis. But Invoker dies. He's down for another minute. Well, that means no 5-man potential for Invasion right now. Dream Coil was used, but the Chrono is still online, so they probably won't be pushing into any of the Tier 2s really with this Aegis. Top Tier 2 and bottom Tier 2 still alive right now for Rave. And Rave, let's see, and falling behind, not even that much really at all. I mean, gold, a couple thousand, and they're actually ahead in experience by just a little bit, so this is still anybody's game, and Chrissy will actually find the Jakiro, so another pick off there. He went BKB, and he's already got the Maelstrom in the bag after that. So this Void are going to start hitting pretty hard. He's level 16, highest level in the game. We've got Viper, Void, and Puck all at level 16. Elder Titan at 15. About to get his last point in that Earth Splitter.
Yeah, I'm going to make a super bold statement here. Whoever buys Geometry Sight first wins. Right now there are so many wards about that are getting these kill opportunities or preventing kill opportunities. There's detection that is not being countered. Somebody needs gem, and whoever buys it will win this game.
Seems reasonable. I wonder what the statistic is on teams that buy gem first winning. Because you could... I feel like the majority of cases buying gem first means that you're ahead, right?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. There are exceptions to it.
Yeah,
but
of course.
If you're buying it from behind, then you're losing the gem within a fight or two. So then you don't have a gem.
Yeah, so that's interesting. I remember I was messing with Nahaz. There was a stat like the team with a gem in their inventory like wins majority of the games.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, too bad Nahaz. Now every time I'm losing, I just buy a gem and put it in my inventory. Take that. I'm sure K-pop appreciates it as well. I have less correspondence with him,
site. Always buy. When
always buy
losing
when
and
you're losing.
Trees.
It's the best strat.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Tough game in general for Invasion to really make big things happen for now. Like their next big thing has to be high ground. The tier 2 is the only other objective on the map. And actually going to be top lane. FCFC gets hit by the Ice Blast, hit by the Chrono, and I don't know why BKB. But if there was a potential counter engage from more than just one hero, then obviously he would have needed it. So, anyways, they commit a small cooldown to get a big kill, taking the Viper for the count. And I mean, this is a tanky guy. Like, if you're not confident with your Viper with Aghanim's treads and mechanism farming, somewhere, then you're not really confident at spreading the map at all, and that forces your 5-man play.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it a little bit when they group to push the towers. Like, the most I feel like I felt was in the mid lane, and obviously the pickoff going into Roche. But
Wow.
trying to spread the map, and it's not quite working out because Chrissy is a killing machine. It's just the standard Void Ancient Apparition combo, but it's really good. Very popular for a reason. And Jo
too. Like, he was just diving tier 2s without a BKB available just cause. I don't know.
Just cause 3. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. We've got Jo, though, using some of that space that Chrissy is creating. He's looking to catch up. He is second to last in the core net worths. He's at 10.5, Invoker's at 10.2. And there was Invoker actually looking for the attempt on JO's life. They've been in the eternal struggle this game, being mid lane adversaries and still just hunting each other constantly with that Orchid. Now 4 staff going to be completed here on Kachik Imba. Elder Titan continued to be annoying in the mid lane with these stomps, but Chrissy's looking for him right now. The Chrono will go. Rior going to work his way around on the other side. The silence will go out. Ice Blast about to connect. He will get off the Crimson Guard. No mana cost there either. Now going forward once more. Dream Coil diving that tier 1. I think Rave would really like to get rid of the tier 1. That gives so much TP presence and map control to Invasion that they finally get it off the board. Would really help the style that they're playing right now. Just this aggressive pickoff with Chrissy and Puck while Jo continues to farm.
Yeah. But, you do know the Ogre Magi cast just picked up a Geometry Sight, and that means
Rave
they win.
wins.
So, call it. Just GG out at this point. Geometry Sight is on the Puck. You negative Scepter. You just knock it away. He's already dewarded 1 ward in mid lane. If he goes a little bit northeast, he'll find the one on bottom, but it seems unlikely he'll path that direction.
Viper chilling in the top left here. Going towards that heart next after the treads, after the ags, after the mech. Maybe just waiting for the TP cooldown. Will actually canceled it. Team is like, wait, no, we're coming top.
I don't know. If he's going to heart, he'll be able to survive a lot better. But you're still going to be crushed by this Aghanim's Ice Blast. And you aren't really doing damage to bring down the Ember or the Void. Like, usually you look at Ember Spirit, he's a glass cannon. He's really hard to bring down, but he gets 1 item after his Battle Fury. And if he gets 1 BKB or Manta Style, then I really don't think they have any kill potential against him. So I really feel like damage is something that they are going to be sorely needing. I don't disagree with the heart. I'm just saying he needs more. He has this gigantic shopping list if he's going to be able to take this to the late game.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, since the Crimson Guard was up on the Elder Titan, the pipe might not have been bad on FZFZ, but I feel like he's trying to do so much individually instead of building a team item. It's really hard to fault him for that. Like, how effective would the pipe maybe be? Like, how much better will the heart be for Viper? But I don't know. I like the idea of a pipe. You're going against that Aghanim Scepter Ice Blast. You got the massive Dream Coil coming through. The Ags is there now, so there's a lot more damage potential from the Dream Coil as well. I think it's going to be a tough game for Invasion. I mean, and they've already lost because your prediction is Rave bought the gem first, so they've won.
Obviously. No, I mean, all 5 of Rave's heroes do a respectable amount of magic damage. Like, you look at Void and Ember Spirit as right-clickers, but this Void has a Mjolnir, and he's got Bash damage. Like, there is magic damage flying out from everyone. Yeah, he's not doing anything. But all the same, like, I feel if they had Pipe right now, they could confidently push high ground. Instead, they're kind of fishing for it. They're placing sentries. They want to kind of stay here and slow siege it, but 1 good Chrono, and they're sent packing. But for right now, it's going to be the tier 2 bottom to fall to the Faceless Void. Then they can TP and defend.
Yeah, well done, Jo. Going to TP back. Chrissy going now. No threat of those TPs being canceled because no one is down in that section of the map for Invasion. They're all up top trying to get that Liquid Fire. Only a couple of them land on the tower. It's already about half HP. You'll Scepter into the Ice Blast. Yeah, that Ice Blast definitely left some to be desired. And now that it's down for 30 seconds, they might try to push on this next creep wave. At least get maybe 1, 2, 3 Liquid Fires perhaps. I mean, you get up to 4 and this tower's dead. So just getting some more Liquid Fires on it if they can. The Chrono's still pretty threatening, but it's not nearly as bad for the next 15 seconds while there is no Ice Blast.
Heart's not is coming out.
Oh, the swap on Rior. They're going to catch him off guard. He's down for 70 seconds. He's got no buyback right now, and this is maybe a tier 3 tower death. Jo, though, still pretty hard to push into. Ice Blast is back. Chronosphere is
They're
there.
going
Do they
in
really
place.
need the puck? And they're going to engage on this 4v5. You don't ever expect it. FZFZ is about to shatter. Here comes the Earth Splitter off, going to apply some slow. Cast looks like you might die in the Macro Pirates. 3 for 2 right now if you count the puck in his previous death. Now Invoker's going to drop. Okay, trying to TP out, but Jo going to keep his eye on the bigger targets. That tower pusher. I mean, it is a bigger target. I don't know if it's worth more than another support, though.
Boogie.
He's going to TP out. Will he burn to death? Well, no, the ice cream cone will not melt. He'll get back to the fountain. Going to be chilling in the freezer for a little bit. 26-16. Rave have that 10-kill advantage. They engage 4v5. So imagine if the puck was alive. How devastating that really could have been for Invasion. And already it was, well, actually, no, they come ahead. They were falling far behind. The gold there, it's 700 gold for Rave, but that hardly matters. And it's 7,300 experience for Rave, 7,400 experience for Invasion. So hardly even a difference. Pretty even exchange.
But the problem is they lose time. They lose like 5 minutes worth of pushing time because what they did just there. They're not going to see that top tier 3 for another several minutes, and I don't think that's the way you play this game. With their Midas, they can slow their tempo a little bit. They should have waited for the heart. They should have gotten the free Roshan. They should have just kind of gotten some good wards up, scouted out, gotten the Roche kill, and then done something. But as it was, they didn't feel confident in Roche because they don't have any vision because of Gem of True Sight. And they go and try to force something that they're not capable of, even 5v4. So, end of the day, there's a BKB out on the Ember Spirit fresh. There's a crit on this Mjolnir Mask of Madness BKB faces Void. And, yeah, I really don't know what brings them back into this game. Like, Elder Titan's still not going for a pipe. Team-wide, they're just getting crushed by damage, and they'd have no way to persist through it.
Looks like they had their sights on the Roshan. They had that Remnant in there scouting it out on the side of Rave as Invasion was maybe thinking about it here, but the Ice Blast going to come in, and all right, actually coming from the Roche Pit is Chrissy. He just walks around using the vision blockers, drops a 2-man chrono. FZ is going to go down there to Jo, force F up to the high ground, but the coil breaking kills the Jakiro. Now Kachik Imba's got that Crimson Guard. It will go Ghost Walk. Where is that gem? It's actually on cast right now, not super mobile. And they can't. Oh, the Yule Scepter just coming off a cooldown. They will cancel the TP. Ghost thrown up in the air, back down to his death. Another tornado rolling through. And I think Rave are going to go look back to that Roshan here. It's 32-16. They take massive advantages there. There's a buyback on this Vengeful Spirit as well. And with the second Roche going over to Rave, there is no tier 2 tower in the bot lane, but Rave might swing top, they might swing middle, work on the other tier 3 or tier 2 tower. So if they do get into the base, they can just end the game.
Oh man, that Sunstrike coming out. 4 points in it, but no, it's just scouting the death of the Roshan. Easy pick for them. They leave the Aquila in the pit. Not even Cass picking it up with his empty inventory slot. Just say, screw that ring. It's,
and OK's about to get picked off. I feel like this guy's... I don't know. That's just not a place that you are on the map right now. Obviously, you got to find some farm in XP, but...
Yeah, I don't know. But
I don't know.
I guess if they get the Jakiro here, the BKB is worth it. Otherwise, it's a little awkward. But they get a nice little pick off, and that's a long death timer. Venge found level 15.
Well, and the buy, it just bought back, so...
Yeah.
Getting a little bit extra there. Knowing where the Void is, going to go for it right now. Throws up the Orchid. Bloodlust coming through, looking to run away. Kachik Imba will survive. That's kind of risky. Chrono was there. If Chrissy hadn't used the BKB earlier, he probably would have just turned on that.
Yeah, he loves to be extremely aggressive right after he wastes BKB. That's the second time he's done it this game where he just is like, oh, well, this is my territory, with or without the Avatar state. And yeah, he's okay with just chilling out. But for now, his GPM is absolutely absurd. He is at 492. That brings him to 17.5k net worth here in this game where he is the prime carry. Like, Ember Spirit, his ally, competes with him pretty well, but otherwise there's nobody that can take the game as late as him. And I really just don't feel like they have the right items, the right potential to take this late. I mean, yes, we see the Midas have been keeping them in it for longer, but it doesn't win them the game. They need to make great plays off of that. And without an Aghanims on ET, without a pipe on anybody, they don't bring enough. And I think that they're completely outgunned at this point. Chrissy on top.
I mean, you don't even need the Ice Blast. It's just Invoker to die. That Mask of Madness coming through with the bashes. That was a ton of damage. Obviously, the lightning procs as well from the Mjolnir. And Chrissy not even taking any damage, so the lightning shield doesn't even come into effect. everyone forced to rotate up there for invasion. Almost everyone. Ghost still sitting in the bottom lane trying to find something. I mean, what has this Midas done for him? He's 1-9-9. He's ahead of the Invoker, but Invoker, you said it earlier, he's like playing Clinks. He's been roaming around the map looking for the pickoffs, trying to just make some space for this Viper to farm up and build a heart. I feel like that's not where you want to be in a game.
Yep. Rio's going to make his way over and actually get the D ward out on that plateau now. They've been pinging it out quite fervently. So, yeah, Gem is getting a lot of value out of it, and Rio claims that extra $50. So, eventually it'll pay for it.
There's the best feeling 50 gold, though, ever. Ever. I was playing so greedy earlier. I was, like, kind of on tilt in the mid lane, like, not really happy, and, like, my supports came through to D ward, and I just, like, blinked over, took the last hit on the ward. It's like, got it. Got to find that farm.
Easy money. That's for sure.
Normally, I say give it to the supports, but not when they didn't TP mid and you died, like, 5 times.
Assault Karos on Elder Titan. Will it be enough? This is what I ask you, Helium. Rella.
No.
But if it's an AC.
I mean, it's nice. Awesome. That's going to be another fantastic aura for Ghost on top of his natural order, taking their armor probably into the red, but
probably?
Okay, definitely. Well,
like,
actually,
is there anybody that's not?
Okay, Chrissy's screwed, like all 15 base. Yeah.
Like, there's Tranquil Boots up on Ogre. That's the only one with positive armor right now, because since the Aquila is gone. Like, I guess they sold it.
And Ninja Boogie for the same reason. Okay, yeah, so everyone is going to be pretty much no armor, but like no one can do any damage. They don't really have any trouble killing anybody, especially if they land the Ice Blast on the Viper. He can't heal. He can't use that mech. He's got a heart. That won't regen him either. He's got no BKB.
Okay.
He's going to die. And then who is there?
If Viper finishes the butterfly, I actually see a chance. Because with AC, with Natural Order, with Wave of Terror, and with Medallion of Courage, people will die to Viper. His right clicks will be insane. But as it is, they're dying before that item comes out. Ketchagemba will fall. The Macropyre is wasted. And the Tier 3 is losing lives while they're winning fights. They do miss the Chrono, though.
Not the first one to be missed either from Chrissy. He had another one I recall up in this area.
Yeah, that was for a TP, though. I don't know. The animation has been going through some alterations. The aura time is for when it ends, but the animation itself is changed exactly when the Chronosphere connects. And I don't know. I would say as long as you're casting the Chronosphere, you're going for the play, you can afford to wait 90 seconds in this situation. They have plenty of room for error.
All right, let's look at Rior on the puck. He's got that new BKB, 10 seconds there. Yule Scepter, Blink Dagger, has the Aghanim's Power Treads, and already another 1,200 gold. I think the BKB being his most recent item. Cast looking towards an Aghanim Scepter. Ninja Boogie's got his Ags. Puck has his Ags. FZFZ has his Ags. So there's a lot of those. You'd like to see Ogres, though. It's just hilarious, that whole another ability there. Double 4 staffs on invasion supports. They got the 4 staff on Kachik Imba as well. He might as also be a support. Might as well also be a support at this point. Nah, not quite. He's got double the net worth still, but has fallen behind quite a bit. A lot of people taking farm off the map. I'm still really surprised they're like prioritizing Elder Titan more than the Evoker, but he's like, I got a Midas. I'm the real carry.
I mean, I don't think they've been prioritizing him. I don't think there's been a situation where they're both farming.
Yeah, I guess he's stopping
like,
the push, so he's probably getting a lot.
He just has more opportunities too. While Invoker's roaming, while he's doing his thing, and up top, it's actually going to be could have been a big pick. It is still going to be. Yeah, he's going to get Ice Blasted.
There's the coil. Will it keep him in range? FC actually jukes back, finds an Ice Blast, finds a Meatball. It's icy hot. Multicast on Kachik Imba, and actually FC and Kachik both going to survive right now unless Rio can do something about this. Will throw up the Viper, and Kachik Imba still retreating. I think they're just going to continue to be a nuisance here. Viper Strike will go out. Can't phase shift it. Can they look for more damage here? By the time this is over, there's going to be another Ice Blast online. 5 seconds already off a cooldown. It's coming in soon. Rior goes right into the trees. He BKBs up. Will go right into the other trees. NB's there. Ninja Boogie looking to get that Ice Blast off if he can find it. He's in a bit of traffic right now. He wants to cast it. He throws it over to the Viper. It will apply. It will shatter immediately. FZFZ, though, will get a double kill before going down. Has Bad Bike available. Chrissy jumps in. Chrono, Jo, double kill as well. Lightning Shield on Chrissy. giving the chase over onto OK, trying to TP out. There's that Yule Scepter again being used to cancel out the TPs. It's come up big in that regard. And now the Vengeful Spirit will fall. They lose everybody on the side of Invasion. Buyback on the Viper, but this could be that high ground push Rave have been looking for. It's 4 for 2 overall.
Yep, just they don't have enough. They are being pinned down from a really solid draft from Rave. They were able to break through the early game really effectively, and they just did, I think, the Midas mentality. Not necessarily the Midas pickups themselves, because, you know, it's 2,000 gold. It's not going to be 100% game breaking. There's always other factors. But the mentality of dragging this game out is a poor decision when you're up against these kinds of heroes. When you're up against AA Void and Ember Spirit and they can do this much. I mean, even the Crimson Guard is an early game item. It will nullify majority of your Sleight of Fist bonus damage. You take away 50 out of that bonus 80. But once the Battle Fury comes out, you're not nullifying cleave damage. You can't block cleave attacks. And it just isn't what you need. They needed to push in, go for a really early build-up of a tempo and aggression, and as it stands, they can't even get map control because the game-winning Geometry Side pickup.
There's an Ice Path, but it's a hopeful one, trying to bring down Chrissy, as Chrissy actually brings down their tower. He's bringing down Invasion's base right now, destroying that tower, looking back for that Roshan. When's that going to be available? It looks like a little less than a minute, maybe 50 seconds or so. Getting pretty close to the max duration. Not really. Another 3 minutes to go before you get to that. But they're going to go back for the Rosh, I'm sure, before they really commit to the high ground. Ancient Apparition. They had actually lost their gem. We see it over on Kachik Imba for the side of Invasion. But they're going to buy it back. It's not quite delivered. Still in Ninja Boogie's stash. But we'll see him get that delivered once more. And then Kachik Imba, again, it's just going to be like in such danger. And if he does die, he'll be dropping that gem. Previously bought by Cast, which is the Ogre Magi, and Roche is back right now.
Yeah, and you can't really fight in the pit anymore. Like, you had an opportunity where you definitely could have, but Chrissy might be found out here. They have a gem of their own. The smoke dispels. They see him. They hex him. This is a huge pickoff. Never mind. Roche it shall be. If not the high ground to try to force buyback.
Yeah, down 4. He's level 25 already. Wow.
Yep.
Is anyone else even close? Okay, yeah, Ember is level 25 as well. Puck at 22, Viper at 21. So those 3 core heroes for Rave, just leaving everyone in the dust in terms of experience. And at least 2 of them, leaving them in the dust of their net worth. But yeah, it looks like this could potentially be a buyback force. Although last time we saw them engage 4v5 and it worked out moderately in favor of Rave. What's more,
because the chrono.
Yeah, but then they didn't have the spell immunity piercing Aghanim Scepter that lasts for longer and does more damage in place of the chrono. I don't know. It's probably not a good idea, and maybe we see the buyback, but
Comforting rune of regeneration.
There's the butterfly you talked about.
CFC. That's big, honestly. I don't think it's going to be what wins them the game because, honestly, they don't look like they're in a position to win the game right now. But there is an opportunity to get kills with this butterfly. They get a lot of good right-click damage, some good attack speed, some good attack damage, and all the negative armor in the world makes that physical damage hit hard. He still needs something like a crit on top to actually be in carry mode against these heroes, but it's a start in the right direction. If the game drags out 10-20 more minutes, and they find another really lucky pick-off on the Faceless Void, or maybe 2 in a row, because obviously the buyback is a thing, but I could see they at least have some potential with this item.
Uh-oh, they get hit by this Ice Blast. They're kind of thinking about staying around. They just take out that ward, so their location is very known right now. Viper's actually staying in the pit. And now they'll back him off. A Forge Spirit going to go toe-to-toe with Roshan, and he will not be victorious. And now it's this courier delivering Vladimir's offering coming out to cast on the Ogre. Oh, he still just has the value point booster. Didn't end up finishing up the Axe. A little too much money. Sure, he would have almost had it, but valuing the Vlad a little bit more. They want to win a fight and transition with some extra armor, and all this armor is really helpful against the Elder Titan as well. I mean, they've got the rich man's Assault Cuirass. You pick up the poor man's Vlad to try to counteract that negative armor. So now you're just dealing with natural order at least. It's a help, and Chrissy will get that Aegis from, what is the second Roche there? No, third, sorry. Jo picks up the cheese
on Jo, yeah. So right now you get the Lifesteal Aura of 16% on top of the 20% of the Faceless Void, so he can really stand and deliver with his auto attack because he's got only a 5-second BKB, but he's got the Aegis on top. So Each life will be valuable with that lifesteal, with that armor, with the backtrack. Like, you can hit hard as Viper. You will still be able to evade through Chrono because they did change that. But end of the day, you can't bring this Void down easily, even when Mask of Madness is active. So I think this Vladimir's offering is a really smart pickup, and in conjunction with the Refresher Orb coming after the Faceless Void, this is really the straw that broke the camel's back. You throw out a double Chronosphere, and you have the farm that you have on these heroes. Rave picking up the Scotty on Jo, and obviously we talked about the Vlads. It's really strong. They're going to actually show the Refresher Orb on Ninja Boogie. He's going to be carrying it until the Aegis goes away. And Void is going to use 2 Chronos with its second life, or 1 for each.
Yep, our Ancient Apparition just pulled out a Refresher Orb, but what do you think of yourselves? Invasion.
Game is hard.
And Puck's going to go for the Lincolns as well. Maybe even throw it on the Void as he goes in, but more than likely try to keep it on himself.
It's important to take out the Hex Factor, or maybe the Viper Strike. Otherwise, it's just taking out an offensive Force Staff or a Magic Missile or something, which isn't that big of a deal.
Well, did put it on the Void there, as Void just sort of blind jumped into the jungle, trying to catch someone off guard, maybe have them not realize, because they don't know that the Lincolns is even finished. Have they seen Puck? Okay, they see Puck in the lane now. They know the Lincolns is there. I guess they would have seen the shield as well on Faceless Void. Like, what is that blue thing? But here they go. I mean,
the remodel work already?
Yeah, the remodel came out. What? We got the cheese up on Jo still. Chrissy holding onto the Aegis of the Immortal. They're going to start pushing that high ground. There's that Astral Spirit, though, looking to delay out the game. Look at the what?
2 buybacks. 1 on Invoker, 1 on Elder Titan. Otherwise, they have nothing to hold here. Viper could get picked so easily, and Jo can buy back and just Remnant right back in. Like, Rave are going to have to make so many mistakes in order to actually lose a fight here.
Yeah, and that annoying Jo just trying to cancel out. Are there even any Blink Daggers on the enemy team right now? I don't think there are. A little bit of deja vu from last game when Ember was going up the hill trying to stop the Earth Shaker from blinking, catch him with a sleight of fist. But Jo just clearing those creeps, getting some tower hits, whittling them down, maybe send a support back to base and use that as your opportunity. But instead they're going to back off. How long do they have on this one? 2. They've got 2 minutes left on this Aegis exactly as I say at the timer pops up. You think they'd want to go ahead and try to use this advantage now to just close out the game, but it is proving difficult. I mean, Quaswex Invoker, pretty much everything Invoker now, as he's got lots in Quas, lots in Wex. More so Wex Exhort, actually. There you go.
The Elder Titan, too, is
yeah, and Elder Titan is just, like, so frustrating with the AC. Hard to actually focus someone sometimes with the Crimson Guard on them, and not to mention Earth Splitter, his aura, the Stomp.
So what they did was just life-stealed up Chrissy. He attacked a bunch of neutral creeps, attacked the lane creeps, now he's full HP, and they can go in.
He's going to go in. That's the BKB going off first. There's a 1 Chrono. That'll be onto OK. He will fall. There is no buyback there. Now Chrissy going to transfer over, going up top. Still has that Aegis. Doesn't really want to use it in that position. Did they hand off the Refresher? No, NB still has it. This seems like a risky handoff right now. NB's going to come over and deliver it. He's going to use it. Is he going to find the Chrono? He'll throw 1 here. He's going to work on Ghost. Now he goes over to FZ, and he will get it. Oh, he goes down. It looks like maybe it's a Corrosive Skin, but I think Jo's just cleaning up everybody. Faceless Void buys back. Quadra buyback on the side of Invasion right now. Ninja Boogie maybe not going to be too happy about that. Looks like he might be the first to fall. Jo, though, just starts going ham right now on the Viper. Ice Blast going to come in before Ninja Boogie goes down, which means Ghost is going to fall. Can Jo just clean up everybody? FZ getting so low. Now Ryu are going to rejoin the fight. Going down. Mega kill streak. Invoker hits the ground. FZ up in the tornado will drop. It was the quad buyback into the quad dieback. Call it a good game. Rave 46-22.
Yeah, and Ember can buy back and finish the racks if he wants to. I think the Void right-click is enough, so he's not going to want to waste the buyback. But no, he's going to Remnant right back in. He still has it up, jumps to the front line, pops the Manta, and that's the mid and bottom racks completely gone. And dude, that value out of the Vladimir's offering in that little duel at the end there, Chrissy, he gets the Refresh Orb off the AA at 10% HP, immediately pops his PKV, time walks in for the Chrono, and is going crazy with the Mask of Madness right click, just barely life-stealing, barely to survive, and yeah, he lives long enough to see pretty much everybody die with Jo to clean it up. There's the GG, and that is a 55-minute victory for Rave.
Dude, when's the last time you witnessed a quad buyback dieback?
Seriously, it just doesn't happen. But
If ever. Ridiculous game. So congrats to Rave, actually. I mean, Myth Trust has a bit of a throw going up against Rave in the very first game of the night. Rave, take it. And then we see, what was it, G Guard over Myth Trust. So Myth Trust, not a great day, but seeing Rave again, their second performance against Invasion. It was a pretty tight game for a long while, but Rave was able to take it here. Well, if you enjoyed the casting here, this is Starladder Season 11, Southeast Asia. I'm Helium. You can follow me on Twitter at Heliumbrella. Blaze here at Blaze Casting. And anything else you've got to say about this game?
I mean, it was once they won the laning phase, it was a draft win and a lane win. There was very little that the team could do after they had lost so much. They would have needed insane pickoffs, and they would have had to just completely suppress the farm of Christian Jam from that point on. So it's really smoothly played by them, but you win. You buy the gem, you win the game.
All right, and speaking of buying things, guys, make sure to buy the ticket. And you know what you're going to do when you buy that ticket? You're going to support digital sports. So make sure to buy the ticket. We'll be back with some more games coming up. Sit tight. Helium and Blaze right back at you.